Okay, tell me your name, ma'am.
Jones.
Um, Ms. Jones, you've been charged with 1 count of driving a vehicle with an inoperable brake light and 1 count of driving under the influence of alcohol. Bond for the brake light charge is going to be set at $500. The bond for the driving under influence charge is going to be set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, ma'am? It's a total bond of $5,500.
Yes, sir.
Did you say no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to give you a preliminary hearing date of March 16th at 8:30 in the morning, but that date is going to be waived upon your bonding out. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Qualified for appointment of a lawyer.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, Ms. Jones, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
Are you Miss Little?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you've been charged with 1 count of DUI, alcohol less safe, and 1 count of improper lane change. The bond for the DUI charge is going to be set at $10,000, and the bond for the improper lane change is going to be set at $500. Do you believe you can post this bond, ma'am? It's a total bond of $10,500. Okay. Do you plan on representing yourself, hiring your own lawyer? Or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
See if I qualify.
You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. I'm going to give you a hearing date for March 16th at 8:30 in the morning, but that date is going to be waived upon your bonding out. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back. Tell me your name, ma'am.
McCoy.
Mr. Corey, you've been charged with 1 count of theft of services. The bond is going to be set at $2,000 for that. Do you believe you can post that bond, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
I'm setting a preliminary hearing date for March 16th at 8:30 in the morning, but that date is going to be waived if you bond out. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
If I qualify.
You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me? Okay, you're free to go back. Tell me your name, Miss Lowe.
Parks.
I'm sorry.
Parks.
Ms. Parks, you've been charged with 1 count of driving on a suspended or revoked license. The bond is set at $1,500 for that. Do you believe you can post that bond, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
You can see if I qualify.
Okay, Ms. Parks, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. I'm also giving you a preliminary hearing date of March 16th. That date is going to be waived upon your bonding out. Do you have any questions of me, ma'am?
No, sir, that's it.
Okay, you're free to go back. Have your name?
Dolores, Harris Lowe.
Okay, Ms. Lowe, you've been charged with one count of operating a vehicle with defective equipment, meaning brake lights out, and one count of obstruction of an officer. You have a $500 bond for the defective equipment charge and a $2,500 bond for the obstruction of an officer for a total bond of $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Do you plan on representing yourself, hiring your own lawyer, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Can you see like I qualify for appointment?
Sure.
Please, sir.
Second.
Yes. T, you got it?
Can't find your form. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for it.
Your Honor, she was emailed separately to you,
Okay.
so you should see that on the thread.
Okay. Let's see. For some reason, I don't have that thread yet.
It was on the end of the rest of them, but I can resend it to you right this moment.
Would you do that, please? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Lowe, are you currently employed?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, you will qualify, ma'am. You will qualify for appointment because you're unemployed. What I'm going to do is, when I get that form, I'm going to fill it out and sign my name to it. So if you don't have any questions of me, ma'am, you can go back.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're
I
welcome.
did fill it out for him.
Okay,
I filled it out. Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So you're gonna wait for us to send that form, Your Honor?
Okay.
I'm still waiting. We'll have that to you here in just a minute, sir.
Yeah, no problem. We'll get it done.
Yes, sir.
What's your name, ma'am?
Latisha Pettis.
Okay, Ms. Pettis, you've been charged with one count of aggravated assault and one count of criminal damage to property in the second degree. I've set the bond for the aggravated assault charge at $20,000. I've set the bond for the criminal damage to property in the second degree for $5,000 for a total bond of $25,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, ma'am?
Yeah.
You're gonna have a preliminary hearing date set for March 15th at 8:30 a.m. and that's gonna be in courtroom 201, but that'll be a Zoom call like we're having here today. You plan on representing yourself, hiring your own lawyer, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
An appointment of a lawyer?
I'm sorry?
Appointment of a lawyer.
Okay. You do qualify, ma'am, so I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir, I don't.
Hey, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
Tell me your name, ma'am. Ms. Schaefer, you've been charged with one count of reckless conduct and one count of cruelty to children. In the second degree, I've set bond for both of those offenses at $2,500 for a total bond of $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, ma'am? You said no? Okay. Also setting a preliminary hearing date for March 15th at 8:30 a.m. And that's going to be over a Zoom call like we're having here today. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Right now, I qualify for appointment.
Okay. Are you currently employed, Ms. Schaefer?
Yeah,
You are?
yeah.
Approximately how much money do you make per month?
And what they'll bring home,
I'm sorry? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What you bring home?
and they pay every other week, maybe 2 weeks, about 2,300.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me? You said no?
No,
Okay, you're free to go back, ma'am.
Hi, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. Tell me your name, ma'am.
Patricia Strozier.
Okay. Ms. Crozier, you've been charged with one count of driving a vehicle with the suspended or revoked driving license. The bond is set at $1,500 for that. And one count of driving a vehicle with no tag. The bond is set at $500 for that, for a total bond of $2,000. Do you believe?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm setting a preliminary hearing date for March 16th at 8:30 a.m., but that date is going to be waived once you bond out.
Okay.
Plan on hiring you a lawyer representing yourself, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Hey, I could pay it tomorrow and bond out. Can I bond out? How much it would be if I got a bonding company?
Sorry. There's going to be a fee that's added, or there's two things. There's going to be a little bit added that by the sheriff's department that they have to do by statute. So the bond is going to be a little bit more than $2,000. I don't know what fee a bonding company would charge, but the sheriff's department has a list of bonding companies that are approved to write bonds.
My family is already, and
You-
I already looked into it yesterday, and they said that I only owe $340 to a bonding company.
Okay, then that's what you'll have to pay.
Okay, so how do I go about doing that? So I won't have to sleep in here again tonight. Can I do a signature bond?
No, we don't do signature bonds. Chief Judge Keisha Wright Hill is not doing the OR bonds at this time. So what you're gonna have to do is contact the bonding company and make arrangements to pay them that fee, that $300 fee, and then they will write the bond for you.
Okay, so just call my family and I got the card in my purse upstairs. And take-
Okay, call your family. Have you already spoken to the bonding company?
I think they spoke to, and that's how I found out that the amount that it was, sir.
Okay, so they're already making the arrangements. So
What? I have the money on my card upstairs. Okay, yes.
okay, so ma'am, if the money is in your property, sounds like you're saying it's on a card or something like that, okay? I don't know if the sheriff's office is going to allow you to take a debit card out and make a transaction. I don't know, but you're going to have to ask them. If they are not going to allow you to do that, somebody's going to have to make the arrangements with the bonding company. Most likely the bonding company will come down and have you sign, and let me finish, and they'll have you sign paperwork saying that you're going to pay the money. And then they will post that bond and you take that card and you give it to them and they'll process the card, the bonding company. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Did that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any more questions, ma'am?
Can we do that today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, that's fine. Thank you so much.
The longer we sit here and talk, the longer it's going to take you to get that taken care of. Okay.
Okay, have a great day. Thank you.
And Your Honor, we're gonna turn you to the mails. They're gonna go from there, then we'll have the 3 that's on the end of the calendar. We'll have them ready for you by the time the mails are finished.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me know you're ready, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay.
Who do we have first?
First gonna be Mr. Arnold.
Mr. Arnold, sir, you've been charged with 1 count of carrying a, I'm sorry, Mr. Arnold, you've been charged with 1 count of carrying a concealed weapon without a license. The bond is automatically set for that at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
I could try. I mean, I'm trying to see, could I get it a little lower, but
It's set by schedule, which means that it's been preset.
all right.
Okay. It's a misdemeanor, so I'm setting a preliminary hearing date for March 16th at 8:30 in the morning. And it'll be over a Zoom call like we're having here today, but that hearing is going to be waived upon your bonding out. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the
I
appointment?
represent myself.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Barber, tell me your name. You can go back, you can go back.
Mr. Barber. Mr. Barber.
How you doing, Mr. Barber? You've been charged with another burglary count, and that was done by warrant yesterday. The bond is going to be denied on that. I previously appointed a lawyer to represent you, correct?
Last week, yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to put on this form that I previously appointed a lawyer to represent you so that they know that this goes together. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
Yes, sir. Can I date back to last week?
I'm sorry. You mean the date from last
Can I go
week?
back? Can I go back to last week for the burglary from last week?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but okay. Now I'm aware of the charge from yesterday. I had to go to intake and get, but the one from last week, I was never charged with that. I don't know how it popped up. I got all my original charges. I don't know how they came about.
What it appears, Mr. Barber, is that from my recollection is that there's investigations that are ongoing, and that as they go and they believe that you are associated with a prior crime or something like that, that they're going and getting warrants for you. So it doesn't mean you did it, but that's my understanding of how these things are happening. Okay. Anything? Any other question?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, you're free to go back.
What's your name?
Okay, Ron.
Mr. Brown, sir, you've been charged with a number of misdemeanor driving offenses.
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like 8 charges. Obstructing an officer, the bond is going to be set at $1,000 for that. Possession of marijuana less than an ounce, the bond is going to be set at $1,500 for that offense. Driving a vehicle with a child that is not restrained, the bond is set at $500 for that. Driving on a suspended or revoked license, the bond is going to be set at $1,500 for that. Speeding, the bond is going to be set at $500 for that. Reckless driving, $1,500. Fleeing from an officer, set at $800, and cruelty to children in the third degree, it's going to be set at $1,000. Try to keep the bonds consistent with the bonds that were set for Miss Brown. So that's a total bond of, let me add this up. Looks like $8,300 if my math is correct. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
I'm setting a preliminary hearing date for March 16th, and that date is going to be waived upon your bonding out. Do you have, do you plan on representing yourself, hiring your own lawyer? Do you want me to see if you qualify?
Lord.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me, Mr. Barber? Mr. Brown, I'm sorry.
Oh, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Judge your name. No, you good. Judge your name.
Tell me your name, sir.
Edward.
Okay. Okay. I just got the form from Miss Lowe, so I'll print that out and I'll fill it out when we're off line. Mr. Edwards, you're charged with loitering or prowling and criminal damage to property in the second degree. The bond is going to be set at $1,000 for the loitering or prowling and $10,000 for the criminal damage in the second degree for $11,000 total bond. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself? Or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Oh, that should be sick that I qualify for.
Okay. How much do you earn per month, roughly?
I do, well, it's not full-time, I do part-time painting and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a rough guess estimate.
They were grand.
Okay. Okay, you do qualify, sir, so I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me, Mr. Edwards?
No, sir.
Okay. You're gonna have let me tell you one more thing. You're gonna have a preliminary hearing date set for March 15th at 8:30 in the morning. That date is gonna be, this will be a Zoom hearing like we're having here today. But after that, do you have any questions based upon what I just asked?
No, sir.
Okay. You're free to go back, sir. Okay.
Judge your name.
No, Gilmore.
Mr. Gilmore, you've been charged with one count of running a red light or stop sign. The bond is going to be set at $500 for that. Tinted window violation, the bond is also going to be set at $500. And possession of marijuana less than an ounce, the bond is set at $1,500. Brings the total bond of $2,500.
Who? I couldn't hear you.
Total bond of $2,500. Do you believe you can pay that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you plan on representing yourself, hiring your own lawyer? Or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Myself.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
No.
Okay, you're free to go back.
I got a bond.
Yes, sir. $2,500.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Dennis Green, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Green, you've been charged with 2 counts of battery. And the bond is going to be set at $5,000 for each of those offenses to bring a total bond of $10,000. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond for you to stay away from Felicia.
They live with me. They live with me. Yeah.
Okay. There's going to be a problem if they're living with you and they've established a residence there, because of the allegations of this this offense, we put what are called stay away conditions on the bond. Those conditions can be changed, but they're not going to be changed today. And the reason we do that is because we don't want you bonding out today, and then whatever happened yesterday to lead to these allegations of a physical altercation just pick back up. Does that make sense to you?
It makes sense, but it's not, we worked it out already over the phone and he's staying with his grandma.
Okay. Okay. So long as they're not there, that's fine. Okay. Do you plan on representing yourself, hiring your own lawyer?
No, sir, I'm getting a lawyer.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me, Mr. Green?
Just why is it, far as it being just a battery, why is it so high off just a simple battery?
Well, because it's two victims in this particular case, and the allegation was that one person was pushed and the other person was punched.
Well, it was a fight. We both were fighting each other.
Okay.
So it was just a rough, and he was breaking it up. He's think he's a gang member. So I was basically trying to get him out of my house.
Okay.
So it wasn't nothing like me jumping on him. He's 18 years old also.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a tough position that you're in, and I do understand that. So it sounds like this is something that can be worked out.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm setting the bond at that amount, okay? Because to be honest with you, the best thing to do is not to resort to self-help in that kind of issue. Contact the authorities, let them deal with it, because people get stabbed and shot over stuff like this all the time. Okay? Any other questions?
No, that's it, y'all.
Okay, you're free to go back.
What was the bond? 10,000.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Saad Hamid.
Okay, sir, you've been charged with one count of criminal trespass. Bond can be set at $2,500 for that. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Try to get my own lawyer, but I'd also like you to see if I qualify, if that's possible.
You do qualify, so I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you, but you can hire your own lawyer if you so desire.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any questions for me, sir?
You believe that's it? You said 2,500, correct?
Yes, sir.
I also am curious as to why that's so high.
The $2,500?
Yes, sir.
That's really not high.
Okay.
The allegation in this was that you pulled somebody's car out of a parking spot because you didn't want the vehicle parked in front of your apartment.
Actually, I'm sorry.
That's why I set the bond right there. Normally, it may be something that goes higher. If you're breaking property or that kind of thing, they all fall under criminal trespass. So this is not something, Mr. Hamad, that you should be out there doing. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So I cut you off. Do you have a question of me?
I think you basically answered it.
Okay.
They were actually parked in the spot that I paid for. It was the case.
So
But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
It was an apartment number, and that was the apartment that I stay in, and the number that I use. But I understand.
Yeah, generally when you resort to self-help in that way, it turns out badly for you.
I understand.
Okay. All right. Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back. Mr. Jones?
Yes, sir.
Charged with one count of battery. I've set the bond at $5,000, and I put a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from Jakisha Hall. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you plan on representing yourself, hiring your own lawyer?
If I qualify.
Okay. You do qualify, Mr. Jones. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me? sir?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Calvin Lee.
Mr. Lee, you've been charged with 1 count of battery and 1 count of obstructing or hindering a 911 call. I'm setting the bond for the battery offense at $5,000. I'm setting the bond for the obstructing or hindering an emergency call at $2,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
I can try, sir.
Okay.
Did I say anything, sir?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Could I say anything, sir?
Can you say?
Could I say anything?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, they added that charge on for 911. You know, she basically said I slapped her hand while she was calling 911. And they added on enough that charge, but really I'm not guilty of none of it, but I can't afford the $7,500. I was wondering, is there any way you can help me out with that?
I'm gonna set the bond, keep the bond the way that it's set here. What I will encourage you to do, the bonding company, the Sheriff's Department has a list of bonding companies that are authorized to write bonds. And I know some of them, they'll work with you in the sense of they'll let you do a payment plan. They'll do things so that you can get out because they're in the business of helping people get out.
So how much is it in all? How much is it in all total?
Like, when you talk about out of pocket, what it's gonna cost you, I don't.
No,
Okay.
I'm talking about you say 7,500 or 7,000?
I'm sorry, 7,500.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
Okay, you're free to go back, sir.
All right.
Go get the name, come on. Go get the name.
For me, Your Honor.
What's your name again, sir? I'm sorry.
For me, Your Honor.
Okay. MERRITT?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, you've been charged with 1 count of battery. I'm setting the bond at $5,000 for that. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself? You want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Let's see if I qualify, but also see if I can also have my own lawyer at the same time.
Okay. You earn a little bit too much per month for me to appoint a lawyer at this stage. So if your circumstances change and you're unable to hire a lawyer, you can reapply. But at this stage, you make a little bit too much for me to appoint a lawyer. Okay. Excuse me, I'm setting a preliminary hearing date for March 16th, and that date is going to get waived once you bond out. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep.
Lee Morris.
Mr. Morris, you've been charged with 1 count of aggravated assault and 1 count of battery. Because of the allegations, I am setting bond in this case, but I'm gonna set $10,000 for each offense, or a total bond of $20,000. I'm gonna also put a stay away provision on your bond to stay away from Camille Lewis. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm also giving you a preliminary hearing date for March 15th at 8:30 in the morning. That'll be over a Zoom call like we're having. It'll be over a Zoom call like we're having here today.
Okay.
And it's March 15th.
March
Okay.
15th. Okay.
Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of?
You can see if I qualify.
Okay.
But I'll still be able to hire my own, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You do qualify, Mr. Morris, so I'm going to appoint a lawyer at this time. If you do hire another lawyer, please notify the public defender's office, and they will give you a file to the new lawyer. So do you have a question? Any questions of me?
Sir, it's 20,000 together?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can go back. Mr. Owens, you're charged with 1 count of battery, 1 count of terroristic threats or acts, and 1 count of criminal trespass. I've set the bond for each of those offenses at $5,000. So there's a total bond of $15,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Sure.
Okay. I have put a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Whitley SB. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment? Okay. Are you currently employed, sir?
Yes, yes, sir.
Approximately how much do you earn per month?
3,000.
Okay. You do qualify, Mr. Owens. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Can I just make a statement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yesterday before, I did, like when the officers got there, I did tell them that I needed my medicine. I take medicine for anxiety.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I was a little rowdy because all I wanted to do was get my medicine, at least take my medicine. I didn't take it yesterday because I was in the emergency room.
Okay.
And so that's the reason why it's a little bit over exaggerated. And they said that I was gonna be able to take medicine once I got to the jail, but they still haven't given me any medicine.
Okay. What you're gonna have to do is make sure you tell that to your lawyer, because that may end up being either a complete or partial defense to these charges. But there is something about in the law about people who need to take medication, who don't take medication, and it almost is like, you know, they treat it as if you say, well, if I wasn't drunk, I wouldn't have hit that person. And they say, well, don't drink and you won't hit the person. So we're not going to let the fact that you're drinking be a complete defense, but it could be something that they say that mitigates it. So you're going to have to tell that to your lawyer and make sure your lawyer understands that, and make sure as soon as possible you write this stuff down so you can tell everything to the lawyer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You can go back.
Victor Page.
Mr. Page, you've been charged with 1 count of driving under the influence of alcohol. I've set driving under the influence. I've set the bond at $5,000 for that. 1 count of improper lane change and 1 count of driving a vehicle with an expired or invalid tag. Each of those offenses, the bond is set at $500. So you got a total bond of $6,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Possibly.
Okay. I'm setting a preliminary hearing date for March 16th at 8:30 a.m. That date will be waived upon your bonding out. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
If I can get appointed.
Okay. You do qualify, Mr. Page, so I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
Is this or an option? Possible.
I'm sorry.
Would an SOR be possible?
No, sir. At this point, Chief Judge Keisha Wright Hill is not allowing the OR bonds, so I can't set an OR bond. You're gonna have to go through bonding company, cash, or property.
All right.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Kenneth Robertson.
Mr. Roberson, you've been charged with a number of driving offenses. And each of these are set by schedule, which means they're automatically set. So I'm just going to run down each one and tell you the bond amount. The fleeing from a police officer is set at $500. The speeding looks like it's set at a super speeder, so it's going to be set at $1,500. for failing to yield to an emergency vehicle. Bond is going to be set at $500 for that. Reckless driving, the bond is set at $1,500 for that. Following too close, the bond is set at $500. Improper lane change, bond is also set at $500. Improper turn, or improper turn meaning making a turn without using your turning signal. That bond is going to be set at $500. Driving a vehicle without insurance, bond is set at $1,000. And driving within, let's say, the restricted area on a divided highway, bond is set at $500. So that's a total bond of $7,000. You believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Qualified.
Okay. You do qualify, sir, so I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. I'm setting a preliminary hearing date for March 16th, but that date will be waived upon your bonding out. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Dominique Simpson.
Mr. Simpson, you've been charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Bond is set at $1,500 for that. And possession of drug-related objects, the bond is also set at $1,500 for that. So there's a total bond of $3,000.
Hold on. When
Let the judge. Let him finish talking. Okay, thank you.
And I'll let you say whatever you need to say, but let me finish this little spiel, okay? Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, I can, but when I came in intake yesterday and they checked me in, they told me my bond was $1,850. How I jumped to 3,000 from? They told me my bond was $1,850.
Okay. So was that for one charge, the possession of marijuana less than?
I don't know. All I did was sat down. They gave me this sheet with the bail bonding company, and they put $1,850 for my bond on the back.
Okay. So you have two charges here.
Y'all
And
have two.
the bond is automatically set at $1,500 for the marijuana charge. There are fees that are added. So when you show me the $1,850, it appears that you are being told the amount of bond for the marijuana charge. So when I get my sheet, I have it's already set for the marijuana. You see that?
No, I can't.
Okay. So it's already set for the marijuana, and it's a blank spot for the use or possession of drug-related objects.
How much you say it is?
Total bond is $3,000, $1,500 for the marijuana charge, $1,500 for the use or possession of drug-related objects. So do you understand where that came from?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not asking you to like it. My job is here to explain it to you.
I got you.
Okay. So do you plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself, or do you want me to see if you qualify?
If I qualify.
You do qualify, Mr. Simpson. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. That March 16th preliminary hearing date is going to be waived when you bond out. Do you have any other questions for me, sir?
No, I'm good.
Okay, you can go back.
Yeah, Sam, sir, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. Mr. Sims, you've been charged with one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, and it is possessing more than an ounce of marijuana, or felony amount of marijuana, roughly less than 10 pounds, it said, speeding, and a window tint violation. I'm setting the bond for the felony marijuana at $10,000, and bond for the speeding and the tinted windows are going to be set at $500 each. That's $10,100. I'm sorry, $11,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
You plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment?
Sir, I plan on hiring a lawyer, but just to be on the safe side, let me see if I'm approved for one.
Okay. How much do you earn per month?
I said like 1,800.
Okay, you do qualify, Mr. Sims.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're gonna have a preliminary hearing date set for March 15th. That's gonna be 8:30 in the morning. And it'll be over a Zoom call.
All right, let me, if you don't.
March 15th at 8:30 a.m.
All right, March 15th, 8:30 a.m. And you say how much my bond is total?
It's $11,000.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
You're welcome. Have your name, sir?
My name is Gary.
Okay, give
Justin
me
Bernard Slayton.
Give me 1 second, sir. Okay, I'm back, sir. I'm sorry. You're Mr. Slayton?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Slayton, you've been charged with 1 count of terroristic threats, excuse me, or act. I've set the bond at $7,500 for that. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir? Is that yes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you plan on representing yourself, hiring your own lawyer, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay. It looks like you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you, Mr. Slayton. You're also going to have a preliminary hearing date set for March 16th. That date will be waived when you bond out. Do you understand that? Okay. You're free to go back. You're free to go back, Mr. Slayton.
Brandon Williams.
Mr. Williams, give me 1 second, sir. Okay, Mr. Williams, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass and 1 count of public drunkenness. The bond is total bond is gonna be set at $2,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
2,500.
Yes, sir.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Do you plan on representing yourself, hiring your own lawyer, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
If I qualify.
You do qualify, Mr. Williams, so I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. I'm also setting a preliminary hearing date for March 16th. And that date will be waived once you bond out. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Isaiah Word.
Mr. Word, you've been charged with 1 count of battery. I've set the bond at $5,000 for that. And I've also put a stay away condition on your bond to stay away from Marcus Cross. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
I wanted to know if I could get it down more. I turned myself in. I didn't even know I had a warrant on me. I went to the police department and turned myself in. The guy was 23, my daughter was 10.
Yeah, I saw that he's the younger big brother to your daughter. Okay.
Yeah, from another guy. So he's a step brother to my daughter.
Okay.
They didn't grow up together.
So I am willing to reduce this. I reduced it to $3,000. I did notice on the warrant that there appeared to be extenuating circumstances. So I'm fine with reducing it to $3,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Do you plan on representing yourself, hiring your own lawyer, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
I would like to try to bond out and get my own, but I could try to put one in retainer for now.
Okay, you do qualify, Mr. Word. So I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. I'm going to have that preliminary hearing date set for March 16th, but that date is going to be waived upon your bonding out. Do you have any questions of me?
Yes, Your Honor. On the $3,000 bond, is that a total, or do they let you pay a percentage to pay off the rest?
You can pay a percentage by going through a bonding company, or you can pay the total amount, or you can use property. Okay. Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Young, you charged with one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Excuse me, having a felony amount of marijuana. And you're also charged with possession of drug-related objects related to apparently an alleged grinder. I'm setting the bond at $8,500 excuse me, for the marijuana and $1,500 for the possession of drug-related objects for a total bond of $10,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you plan on representing yourself, hiring your own lawyer, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Say again, sir?
Do you plan on representing yourself, hiring your own lawyer, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Representing myself.
Okay. You're gonna have a preliminary hearing date that's set for March 15th at 8:30 a.m. That'll be over a Zoom call like we're having here today. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
Can I get a later date?
A later date?
Yes, sir.
The latest date that I can set currently is March 17th. So it's only a couple days different. These dates are preset for every week. So those are the two dates that I have for this week.
All right.
Now, you can waive the preliminary hearing if you want, and I can mark here that you're choosing to waive that preliminary hearing, and then you won't have a court date for months.
I'll take that option.
Okay, I'm going to write down that you're waiving that, and I'm going to sign paperwork showing that you're going to waive that date, and then you'll get something later. Okay. Any other questions for me, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Yes, sir. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing well. Tell me your name?
My name is John Young.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I was just talking to Mr. Young.
That was Jonathan Young. I'm a different.
Oh, you're John Young.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
John Franklin Young.
I only have one Young.
Your Honor, he wasn't on our list, but he was in here, so.
Okay. Do we have a warrant for him?
I don't think so, Your Honor.
No, sir, I was arrested yesterday. I came in with arrest.
Okay. What charge were you arrested on, or charges?
They told me that I was arrested for parking in an improper I can't recall entirely, parking in an improper parking spot, and then the denial of a sobriety test.
Okay. I'm not going to be able to conduct your first appearance without actually having what they call it, the warrant, the documents saying what they charged you with. So I'm gonna have to move you over to tomorrow, unless you have that paperwork. Let me talk to one of the deputies.
Go ahead, Your Honor. Go ahead, Your Honor. I'm here.
Do we have the paperwork on him?
I don't have anything on him when I came in. I didn't have anything. So I'll just send him back and we can reschedule for tomorrow. That's fine.
Okay, and I understand like the 3 females that they're in observation in medical, so I was just gonna sign an order moving them over to tomorrow. Also.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay.
And then I'll have one more, the Spanish speaker, the translator.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I've gotta find the interpreter. Hold on one second.
No problem, Your Honor. Yeah, he's done. I'm done with him. So what you can do is just go back, because there's no paperwork. I'm not sure how you're gonna get down here. How do you want to arrested me. So what did you get yesterday? This morning?
I came in yesterday.
Late yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, what time?
Maybe about 4 or 5.
That's why. Okay. Remember, seats up to you. That's why. They just sit you down there. I get it. We don't want you. They're gonna be trained. Yeah, so they'll get it worked out. They can get it tomorrow. They just, something today. No, we got to go.
I feel like that's unfair because everybody else needs something.
Well, that's the way it works. Today, you came in. You got.
I came in the same time as him.
I know they.
Like I said, I'm like,
Go for Oglesby. Yeah. Hold on. Go for Oglesby. Go for Oglesby. He's still over there. Go for Oglesby. Am I going out here? Yes. You call for me.
So they're reaching out to the interpreter now. Um, so I'm just gonna say, she should be on, relatively quickly.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, thank you.
Go for Oglesby. The judge is waiting for a transfer. We got one left. I'm good, sir. Thank you.
Bermudez, how are you?
I'm well, Judge.
Okay, this is Luis Membrino Valdez.
Yeah.
Sir, can you hear?
Judge, the interpreter can.
No, no lo entendí. ¿Cómo dijo?
Wow, background noise. Hearing. Would you repeat that?
Judge, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I think so over there possibly difficult. So could you repeat? Can hear and understand?
I'm sorry, Judge. I don't know what you said. I just hear a big echo, but I cannot understand.
Deputy, is it possible on your end?
I'm having difficulties with you as well, Judge. It's breaking up when you speak. Let me try. Let me see.
Because I can hear myself on your end when I speak.
I can hear you now. We can hear you.
Okay.
Clear. Okay, we're clear. Okay.
Feel no?
It's like you can hear me now. Sometimes I can hear like a couple of words, but then I cannot hear again the rest. I know that you are talking, but I cannot understand. It's almost like an echo, and then you break it up.
Okay, let me try to speak slower. Was that better?
It is better, Judge.
Okay. Would you repeat if you can understand the interpreter?
It's back again.
Ms. Bermudez, could you repeat the question to him? Can he hear and understand the interpreter?
¿Pudo usted escuchar y entender? ¿Puede usted escuchar y entender?
No, no mucho, porque se corta la señal.
Not very well. Because you're breaking up. The signal is breaking up.
I don't know if it matters, but when I start speaking, you know how it flips as to who's the speaker? So when I start hearing the echo, on my end, it switches as if the speaker is coming from him and not from me. Maybe that's why it's breaking up.
Judge, I don't know if I can send you my number through that, and maybe I can, that way I can understand what you're saying. If the defendant can hear me, and maybe the only thing that I can do is for you to call me on my cell phone, and that way I can hear you. But I don't know if you can hear me.
Can you hear her? Okay.
Because you breaking up. You start speaking, I hear a couple of words, and then after that, I cannot understand it.
Deputy, is it possible to turn the volume down even more?
Okay, we'll try and see, Your Honor. Try that. Can you?
Because it's breaking up on my end too, but I hear it reverberating from the jail. So
Can
what
you hear me? Can you hear us now?
yes, we can hear you. I think the problem is on our end.
Okay.
I can hear you better, Judge. Now,
Trying to see.
can you hear me okay, Judge?
Yes, that's better. I'm still hearing the echo from the jail, but it's not as loud as it was before.
Yes, I think it's better now.
Okay. Mr. Bermuda, it's been that kind of day, Ms. Bermudez.
I understand.
I had the paperwork to the side and now I can't find it.
You can sit down.
Okay, I have it. Sir, this is your first appearance here.
Señor, ¿esta es su comparecencia inicial?
¿Cómo comparecencia?
My job here is to tell you what you've been charged with.
Mi trabajo acá es decirle a usted de lo que se le acusa,
To see if you will need the assistance of an attorney.
ver si usted va a necesitar la asistencia de un abogado,
To tell you what bond has been set and the conditions of bond.
decirle cuál es la fianza que se le ha otorgado y cuáles son las condiciones de esa fianza.
I'm not here to try your case or to take a plea in your case.
Yo no estoy acá para juzgar su caso o para aceptar una declaración a cargos en su caso.
Throughout these proceedings, you will have the right to remain silent.
Durante todo este proceso, usted va a tener el derecho de permanecer en silencio.
However, if you give up that right,
Sin embargo, si usted renuncia a ese derecho,
any statement that you make may be used against you at your trial.
cualquier declaración que usted dé podría ser usada en su contra en su juicio.
You have been charged with one count of family violence battery,
A usted se le acusa de un cargo de agresión corporal, violencia doméstica,
and it's listed as your second offense.
y está listado o nombrado como su segundo delito.
The bond for this charge is going to be set at $10,000.
La fianza por este cargo se la vamos a fijar a $10,000.
You've also been charged with cruelty to children in the third degree.
También se le acusa de crueldad infantil en el tercer grado.
The bond for that offense is going to be set at $5,000.
Y la fianza por este delito va a ser fija a $5,000.
For a total bond of $15,000.
Y va a tener una fianza total de $15,000.
You're going to also have a stay away condition on your bond.
Usted va a tener también una condición en su fianza que dice que tiene que mantenerse alejado.
While this case is pending, you are to stay away from Laura Lopez and Manuel Gomez.
Mientras este caso esté pendiente, usted va a tener que mantenerse alejado de Laura López y de Manuel Gómez.
Okay.
You will be allowed to post your bond in one of three ways.
A usted se le va a permitir que pague su fianza de las siguientes 3 formas.
You can either pay the entire bond amount in cash to the sheriff.
Usted puede pagar la cantidad total de su fianza en efectivo a la comisaría.
The sheriff will hold the money and return it to you when your case is over.
La comisaría se quedaría con el dinero y se lo reembolsaría cuando su caso termine.
Or you have the option of using a bonding company.
O usted tiene la opción de usar una compañía fiancista.
You will pay a percentage of the bond as a fee to the bonding company.
Usted le pagaría un porcentaje de la fianza como una cuota que ellos cobran o que cobra la compañía fiancista.
The fee that the bonding company charged will not be returned to you.
Pero la tarifa que la compañía fiancista cobre no le sería reembolsada.
I don't know what the fee will be exactly, but you will have to contact the bonding company and they will tell you their fees.
Yo no sé de cuánto sería esta tarifa exactamente, pero usted tendría que ponerse en contacto con la compañía fiancista y ellos le dirían cuánto sería su tarifa.
Ok, pero digamos, yo no hice nada con mi esposa, pues ella me hizo esto.
But the thing is that I didn't do anything to my wife. She did this.
Tuvimos una pelea de hace tiempo, esas fotos que tenía, las tenía de hace tiempo en su teléfono.
We had a fight a long time ago, and those pictures that she had them in her phone for a long time.
Ella me arruinó la cara mía acá eso también me lo arruinó ella. Pero cuando tuvimos esa discusión, ella me hizo eso y me pasó las uñas. Y ahí donde vivo, yo estoy rentando y su papá, ese papá de ella, él fue a vivir con nosotros, pero no funcionó.
She scratched my face. She scratched my face here and there. And where I live, I'm renting for from her father.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
Déjeme hacerle esta pregunta.
Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer, representing yourself, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
¿Usted piensa contratarse su propio abogado? ¿Se va a representar a sí mismo? ¿O usted quiere que yo vea a ver si usted califica para nombrarle un abogado?
¿Usted puede checar eso ahorita como?
Can you check that now, please?
Do you have a job, sir?
¿Tiene usted empleo, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Approximately how much money do you make per month?
Aproximadamente, ¿cuánto gana usted por mes?
Por mes, por ahí como 1,000, bueno, al mes, bueno, al 15, como al 15 me sale como 1,200, por ahí más o menos, 300.
O sea, lo que usted dice que cada 15 días o por mes, explíqueme.
Por 15 días.
¿Como 1,200?
Sí.
Every 2 weeks, I get about 1,200. Me dijo 1,200, ¿correcto?
I'm going to find that you qualify, and I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you.
Yo encuentro que usted califica y yo le voy a nombrar un abogado para que lo represente.
It's very
important. Y yo como cuándo saldría de acá de donde estoy ya que empiece a pagar esa ley.
Repita.
Como cuando yo saldría de acá donde estoy.
And like, when am I going to be released from here?
It'll be sometime today once you post your bond.
Sería en el día de hoy, tan pronto usted pague su fianza.
Pero no tengo para pagar todo el dinero, se pagaría por así, por poco como.
but I don't have the money to pay the full amount. So do you make small payments, or how is that?
Each bonding company has their own rules. You will have to contact them, tell them your bond amount, and they will tell you what they'll charge.
Cada compañía fiancista tiene sus propias reglas. Usted tiene que ponerse en contacto con ellos, decirle de cuánto es su fianza y ellos le dirían cuánto le cobrarían.
Okay.
Okay.
Pero no tengo, fíjese que quiero comunicarme con mi hermana, pero fíjese que no tengo aquí contacto de número de teléfono para comunicarme y no me lo sé de memoria, nada, no sé cómo puedo.
I would like to get in touch with my sister, but you see, I don't have the number here, and I don't know it by heart.
Well, before I get to that question, let me respond to your earlier question about when you're speaking about the facts of your case.
Antes de que yo le conteste esa pregunta, déjeme contestarle la pregunta anterior, donde usted estaba hablando de lo que ocurrió con su caso.
Everything you told me about the facts of your case is very important that you tell those things to your lawyer, because the lawyer is the person that can help you with that.
Todo lo que usted me dijo en relación a cómo ocurrieron los hechos en su caso, es muy importante que usted se lo diga a su abogado, porque su abogado es la persona que lo va a ayudar con eso.
Sí, porque fíjese que yo estaba con mi cuñado ahí y pues ella estaba adentro cocinando, pero estaba yo tranquilo de fuera con mi cuñado, pero ella está un poquito mal de la mentalidad, se corta las manos y fíjese que ella eso que enseñó las fotos, ella enseñó fotos donde estaba sangrando la cara, de la nariz, pero ella se lo hizo solita en el cuarto, pues,
Okay.
una discusión, yo la escuché.
Deme tantito, yo necesito interpretar lo que usted dice. The thing is that I was there with my brother-in-law, and she did that to herself because she has mental issues, and she cut herself. And she showed pictures where she was bleeding from her face, but she did that to herself.
Okay, again, your lawyer is the person that can help you with that.
Okay, una vez más, su abogado es la persona que lo va a poder a usted ayudar con eso.
Ok, ¿usted va a ver si califico con ese abogado de aquí donde estoy ahorita o cuando mañana?
Repítame.
El abogado, ¿para cuándo usted usted me va a ayudar a ver si califico con el abogado el que usted dice?
And the attorney, you said that you're going to see if you can help me to see if I qualify.
Yes, I've appointed a lawyer to represent you.
Sí, yo le nombré un abogado para que lo represente.
Okay, ¿cómo cuándo va a venir para acá?
Hold on. That's why I keep saying, tell those things to your lawyer, because the lawyer is the person that can help you with that. I'm taking everything that you're saying as absolute truth, and I still can't do anything about it.
Por eso es que yo le dije que le diga a su abogado todo lo que usted me está diciendo, porque todo lo que usted me ha dicho, yo creo que es cierto y yo todavía no puedo hacer nada al respecto.
Okay.
As it relates to not having your sister's number, I don't know what you can do other than try to contact information, 411.
Con respecto a no tener el número de su hermana, yo no sé cuáles serían las cosas que usted podría hacer, aparte de que llame información, que es el número 411.
411.
411.
Any other questions?
¿Alguna otra pregunta?
Pero entonces ahorita voy a permanecer acá todavía hasta que esté el abogado aquí presente.
So I'm going to stay here until my attorney comes.
No. You have the ability to leave once you post a bond.
No, usted puede marcharse tan pronto usted pague su fianza.
La fianza es de 15,000, dice.
And the bond is 15,000, you said.
Yes, sir.
Sí, señor.
¿Y si no la pago ahorita?
And if I don't pay it right now?
You will remain here until that bond is paid.
usted se quedaría acá hasta que la fianza sea pagada.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Okay, puede retirarse.
Thank you, Ms. Bermudez.
You are welcome, Judge. I'm sorry for all the
No,
technical difficulties.
we're all learning. We're all learning. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Is that Deputy Jameson? I'm sorry, I can't tell.
Deputy Oglesby, Judge.
Thank you.
Oglesby.
Thank you, Deputy Oglesby. You both have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good afternoon, sir.